The show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue. The show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, Traffic Avenue. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Traffic Avenue.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
It's 17:30. It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadou, and tonight I'm here with
Nashika Caesar.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes.
I expect the president to fire her if indeed it's true that she kept that huge sums of money in her house. The question is, where did she get the money?
The shocking news of how two house helps of the Minister for Sanitation, Cecilia Abinadapa, allegedly stole $1 million and huge sums of monies in other currencies in her bedroom. The question is, how come there was so much money in her room? And the other question, where's the money from? Also coming up, angry youth of NPP vandalized a party office in Sagnerigu over what they say is the imposition of a candidate on them for election 2024. And later on Eyewitness News,
kind of intimidation are they doing to whip those people from the Boku? Because of that, we have suspended the buses loading in Kumasi from Kumasi to Boku. We have suspended until further notice. We want the government and the RGP should step in.
Commercial drivers who do business between Kumasi and Walewale parked their vehicles to protest the attack on a VIP bus in Walewale, which was burnt to ashes this dawn. And later on Eyewitness News, more pressure on government to reinstate the headmistress of WAS. We'll be hearing from the Ghana National Association of Teachers. There's also business.
Task analysts commends the government for imposing a 21% VAT on foreign advertisements on social media platform Facebook.
That's in 50 minutes. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations. Let me give you a list of stations that you can listen to the show on in case you're leaving Accra and wondering how you can listen to us. You can go to if you are in the Upper West region, you can tune to Tumpani Radio 88.5 FM and listen to Eyewitness News. We are in Nadoli. If you're going to the Upper West region again, you can listen to us on Jirapa 96.1 FM in Jirapa. We are also on Rekas 92.1 FM in Bongo, Namo. That is in the Upper East region. We are on North Star Radio 92.1 FM in Tamale in the Northern region. We are in the Northeast region on Nobia 98.1 FM in Sagnerigu. We are in the Western region on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky Power 93.5 FM, both in Takoradi. We are also in the Ashanti region on Focus 94.3 FM on the campus of KNUST in Kumasi. We are also on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we are on Sela Radio 97.1 FM in Dabala, as well as Holy 98.5 FM in Aplau. In the Savannah region, we are on Kasha 99.5 FM in Damongo. We are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, and we are interactive on WhatsApp. The number to send your message to is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. You can send your messages and the world will hear what you think, or go on WhatsApp, or go on Twitter and drop a message using the hashtag City Newsroom. Tweet at Umaru Sanda or at City973. Let's settle for details of our stories now. And the biggest story in town today has to do with the theft of money. Not so much about the stealing, but the money involved and who owns that money. The story on citynewsroom.com says over $1 million allegedly stolen from Cecilia Dapa's house. And the story says 2 house helps of Cecilia Abinadapa and her husband Daniel Osekufo are before an Accra Circuit Court for allegedly stealing monies and items running into millions of Ghana cedis. The said monies were allegedly stolen from the couple's room in their house at Abelinkwe, a suburb of Accra in the Greater Accra region. 18-year-old Patience Butche and 30-year-old Sarah J. allegedly stole the monies and personal effects of the couple between the months of July and October 2022. The first accused, Patience, also has her current and former boyfriends, as well as her father, all being dragged before the same court. Patience and Sarah are charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit a crime and 5 counts of stealing $1 million, 300,000 euros, and millions of Ghana cedis. Within the same period, Patience and Sarah allegedly stole personal effects of Madam Cecilia Abinadapa, which included assorted clothes valued at 95,000 Ghana cedis, handbags, and perfumes. The rest are jewelry valued at $95,000 from Cecilia Abinadapa. However, Patience alone, within the same period, stole 6 pieces of kente cloth worth 90,000 Ghana cedis and 6 sets of men's suits valued at $3,000, which are properties of the minister's husband. Benjamin, who is a 29-year-old plumber, has been charged for dishonestly receiving 180,000 cedis. Kweku Boche, 65 years old, a trader, also dishonestly received 50,000 Ghana cedis, and Malik Dauda, 23 years old, an unemployed person, dishonestly received 1 million Ghana cedis. As earlier stated, the monies mentioned are all properties of Cecilia Abinadapa and her husband, stolen from her bedroom that she shares with her husband. All 5 accused persons were arraigned before the Accra Circuit Court in Accra, presided over by Susanna Ekufo on Thursday, July 20, 2023. Their pleas are yet to be taken, but Sarah has been admitted to bail in the sum of 1 million cedis with 2 sureties. The sureties are to deposit their Ghana cards with the registrar of the court. Her Anna, Susanna Ekufo, further stated that the bail condition is subject to review by the substantive judge, as she was serving as a relief judge. Patience, together with her alleged boyfriend and father, had been remanded into lawful custody. Sarah was granted bail because she is a breastfeeding mother. The brief facts. The court was told in the amended charge sheet and brief facts that Patience, also known as Mabna, was a house help at the complainants Daniel Osekufo and his wife Cecilia Abinadapa. The court was further told that Sarah was also a former house help of the complainants. Her Anna, Susanna Ekufo, was told that the complainants reported the case to the police somewhere in June this year after detecting theft of cash and their personal effects. Preceding the report, Patience was caught to have opened and entered the couple's room with a duplicate key. She was caught by Mr. Kufo, who returned from town only to find out that their bedroom was opened, as well as hearing an unusual noise coming from it. The first complainant, Mr. Kufo, entered the room and found A1, that's the accused person 1, hiding behind the door. It was after this incident that the complainants detected that some of their properties were missing. Accused person 1 was arrested and released on police inquiry bail, but unfortunately went into hiding with her boyfriend Benjamin in Tamale. While in Tamale, the Lovebirds allegedly rented a 3-bedroom apartment at a cost of 105,600 Ghana cedis, as well as a store at a cost of 120,000 Ghana cedis. Patients allegedly bought 3-bedroom house at a cost of 70,000 US dollars at Amrahia and furnished it with the following brand new items: a double-decker refrigerator, water dispenser, a television set, washing machine, and a chest cooler, among others. She also bought a Hyundai Elantra at a cost of 80,000 cedis for Benjamin, who also sold it to purchase a Honda Civic. Accused person 1 also gave her father 50,000 cedis and 1 million cedis to Malik, her ex-boyfriend. The court heard that accused person 1 implicated Sarah during interrogation that she was her accomplice. Thus, when they were working together in the complainant's house, accused person 1 used to keep watch at the main gate to enable Sarah to enter the couple's room to steal, after which they shared the spoil. Sarah was arrested at Bujumburam, and during investigation, it came to light that she used her portion of the stolen money to build a 3-bedroom house where she was arrested. The case is adjourned to August 2, 2023. The source of this story is a Chronicle newspaper, recorded and published on citynewsroom.com. So over $1 million, 350,000 euros, and several millions of Ghana cedis stolen in the house of the Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation, who was once Minister for Aviation. Now, this has got many people in the country talking. One of them being Member of Parliament for Kumbungu, Adam Hamza, who thinks that beyond what is happening in the court, some questions have to be asked of the minister. Honorable Hamza, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much.
What
for having me on your show.
What questions do you think your colleague and minister ought to answer?
First of all, thank you very much for the opportunity, and my greetings to all listeners of your program. In my opinion, the questions that we should be asking the minister should include what amount of money was kept in the house. We've heard about the amount that was stolen. What amount of money in total was kept in the house? It is also important to find out the source of the money, which is more crucial because he's the Minister of State. And so these are, in my view, the crust of the matter that should be looked at.
Why should it matter?
It should matter because any amount of money, especially given the quantum that has been stated, it raises eyebrows if it happens that such an amount is found in somebody's room. It should matter because we all know that banks exist for monies to be kept for safekeeping. And so one would wonder why we have banks and an amount to that extent is kept in the house. That must be established, and investigation ought to be undertaken.
Is there an obligation on her to put that money in the bank? What is wrong with having money in your room?
You can have money in your room if you decide to do so. But what we are worried about, the matter, is the quantum of money that is kept in the house. And the most important issue is that we need to investigate that money to find out if indeed she was able to find the money legally. If the money legally belongs to her, then there's no case here. But if it happens that the money that has been established, the source is not clear, then the state ought to dig into the matter.
But why are we all of a sudden investigating the source of people's wealth? That's a new thing. Is that unlawful now for people to have money?
It is not unlawful. Once you are a state appointee, you have access to declare. And any asset that you own definitely will have at the eyes of the public on that particular asset.
I'm sure she may have already done that declaration, which declaration would have been sealed in an envelope and left at the appropriate office.
That is the reason. That is the reason why we feel that we ought to do the investigation. The investigation will confirm what you are saying. If indeed that has been done, then it means he'll be cleared. She'll be cleared. But if they dig into the matter and it turns out that there are question marks with regards to how the money was raised, then it means it will call for further investigation and the necessary action have to be taken.
Who do you think should be doing this investigation?
We have the police CID, we have the special prosecutor, and some other, state intelligence who are responsible for conducting investigations.
So would you want to file a complaint for that investigation to be carried out, or you're just making the statement and hoping that they'll take notice and act on it?
Exactly. For now, I am just making a statement and hoping that interest parties will come in there.
Very well. Thank you.
I also want to believe that the minority will take interest in going down with the matter.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. My pleasure.
That's Adam Hamza. He's MP for Kumbungu, NDC MP for Kumbungu, speaking to us there about the Cecilia Dapa issue. And if you look at Twitter, that's actually trending number one. I'll tell you a few things people have been saying about that. But former President John Dramani Mahama has sent a tweet 6 hours ago, and he says, $1 million plus 300,000 euros and millions of Ghana cedis in a Ghanaian minister's home, scandalous. Even if he genuinely acquired, why keep millions of hard currency at home? Will Akufo-Addo ever set a good example for public office holders in his administration? That's a question that former President John Mahama is asking on Twitter. And several other people talking about the issue having to do with Cecilia Dapa, a number of them talking about this particular case. Perez Winam says it took the minister almost a year to detect that monies are being stolen from their bedroom. There must be too much money in that house. Nukunu Foga says if a minister has such monies in her house, how much will be in the house of the other people he's mentioning? Brilliant Fahad Ibn Okujetu says it is very sad that Nana Akufo-Addo and his appointees have collapsed Ghana. Ghana is now a crime scene. Baba Chairman in Tamale, says, why is the Minister of Sanitation still at post, and what signal is being sent out there with the loud silence of the president and government? Well, if the minister has no immediate use of such huge monies, the House help has so many pressing issues. Let's get a reaction from anti-corruption crusaders who have been making a statement on this. One of them, Edem Senano, he is co-chair of the Citizen Movement Against Corruption, and he says that the incident ought to be investigated. Listen to him. Actually, I have him on the line, so let me just speak to him. Edem, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you for having me.
You say that this should be investigated, and I'm going to ask the same question I asked the member of parliament I spoke to a short while ago. What is wrong in terms of crime if someone has money in their home? What is wrong with that?
Well, first of all, when you have a public officer whose source of income is a state, and we know how much the person earns, and then you start talking about figures which are not in cedis, but in foreign exchange of a gargantuan sum, far above what we expect to have been saved and put aside, that raises serious red flags. So you're not even talking about 1 million cedis, we still have raised eyebrows. But you're talking $1 million stolen. How much was there that this amount was stolen from? So the major issue is, what is the source of this money? what is the source of this money? And in most jurisdictions where a public officer's code of conduct law is in place, you would find that this would immediately trigger an investigation. Beyond that is the concern of money laundering and illicit financial enrichment. It's another place where we have failed as a country to codify or pass our own legislation. Even though we've ratified, for example, the AUCPCC, which is the Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption, and one of its articles is on illicit financial enrichment, which means that, you could take money that has to do with drugs and try and, clean it up, or then you are trying to figure out what to do to it to clean it up. So it raises issues of suspicion, because usually nobody has that kind of money and just leaves it sitting in the house. Why would it just be sitting in the house? So the source of the income as a public officer is a major issue of concern. The prudence of keeping that kind of money at home is a major concern. Keep in mind that you cannot cross borders without declaring certain sums of money. So are we saying that this money came into the country? Which border? Then it would have been picked up by the FIC or something of the sort. And we don't generate dollars in country. So it's a really curious thing to find out where the $1 million came from, where the 300,000 euro came from, how much was actually sitting there, and they attempted to steal out of it.
Interesting. Since this matter came up in the morning, social media, many people have been comparing this issue with the one having to do with Victoria Hammer, someone who served as a deputy minister in the Mahama government, who we're told said that she wished she had $1 million, or was it cedis at the time, and she ended up being fired. What do you think the president should do now? And has he even gotten to the point where we should be asking the president of the land to do anything yet?
Well, yes. Don't forget that I think it was just this past week that the president was a full gospel businessman fellowship he was speaking to, and took on the issue of corruption and how society itself shouldn't just point at the politicians. In one sense, that's true. We all need to look at ourselves and make sure we're part of the fight. But we select leadership because we want change. Any person who's looked at the concepts and theories of leadership, people select leaders. They vote for them because they want improved living standards. They want their aspirations to be met. They want the things that they don't like, the cankers, to be dealt with. And so there is always a relevance when we start looking at political leadership. In that context, we are expecting that the president will bring us a change. And if there's an issue that is burning like this, the speed with which our leaders respond actually underscores the responsiveness, the sensitivities to the needs and concerns of citizens. So I think that this is one of those issues where absolutely the president and the presidency ought to give us some feedback as to what they have decided to do. One of the first things I would expect is that somebody should have called her up to find out what's the source of this money. Is it legitimate or not? The minute we discover that she cannot explain from a private source anything that this money was gained through hard work, through industry, I think that immediately she should be asked to step down whilst investigations proceed.
Interesting, but is it easy to connect this to corruption yet?
Not on the surface of it, but the question is, in this economy at this time, how do you earn $1 million and put it in your house? It's troubling. And so there is a justifiable basis for anyone to say, please, we want this investigated immediately. This is a no-brainer. We don't generate dollars in country, in Ghana. The quantum being talked about is too huge for you to ignore. The question is, how did you earn that money in Ghana and it's sitting in your house to get even stolen? So it's important that somebody speaks to it. I'm a process person. I like to be objective and fair. So given the benefit of the doubt, my first thing would be to ask her, did you earn this? Can you demonstrate that yourself, your husband, your family, there is a legitimate business going on, and how did it get into the country? Because we don't have those sums of money around. Once you cannot, provide a response that shows how this was generated in that way, how you got it, and it's legitimate, I think immediately this ought to be handed over to investigators.
Thank you for speaking to us. That's Adam Senano. He's co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption, CMAC. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Nashika has some on this particular story.
The minority in parliament says comments made by the former Northern Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bugui Nabu, justifies the group's call for an investigation into the leaked tape regarding an alleged plot to remove the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampaori. Bugui Nabu, in an interview with Kumasi-based Oirepa FM, confirmed that his personal aide and receptionist were picked up by the National Intelligence Bureau for questioning over the leaked audio. Speaking to the media, the Deputy Minority Leader Emmanuel Amakufibwa says the parliamentary probe into the matter must continue.
That tape was so alarming and concerning that we raised the issue on the floor of Parliament. In fact, I raised the issue on the floor of Parliament. And the Speaker, having evaluated the statement that was issued, directed that a 7-member committee was to set up. Now, following from that, yesterday we listened to an interview. And that interview, if anybody had any doubt in the authenticity of that leaked tape, yesterday in that interview, our senior Bugui Nabu basically cleared that doubt and basically confirmed that indeed that meeting took place and that leaked tape was authentic. Now, it's very, very clear. We also heard that 2 of his secretaries, as the interview told us, were picked up by the NIB. I think it's important that we revisit this matter this morning. One, we call on this parliament to basically continue that investigation, independent investigation. And so the Speaker had directed that we nominate members. We have already done that. We believe that that committee must begin work as quickly as possible. It is also important that we know exactly what the police service is doing. We also must know what the Interior Ministry is doing.
That was the Deputy Minority Leader, Emmanuel Amakufibwa.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
When shopping for a dress, you say,
of course, a low burst line, a little tight by the hips, covered sleeves, off shoulder, definitely.
But when buying anti-malarial drug, you say,
is it not malaria? Give me whatever is available.
Choose your malaria drugs the same way you choose your dress. Always ask for Coartem. It's also available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets for children. Don't gamble with malaria. Choose right. Choose Coartem. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malaria testing should be done before treatment. This advert is FDA approved.
Pay attention, all my Africans and African Americans in the diaspora, plus my white brothers and sisters. What if I told y'all the most trusted real estate company in Ghana, Sukasa, would like to take y'all on a nationwide tour, highlighting prime real estate and investment opportunities. Sukasa builds affordable luxury homes with 2, 3, 4 bedrooms. Come get the real value for your money, plus they have very convenient payment policies with 100% guaranteed cash back. This fully gated or grandson communities include malls, cinemas, and all social amenities, plus 24-hour security. All you gotta do is sign up for the tour for a measly couple $1,000 and come see what could be yours in real life. The African dream is alive. Contact Sukasa on 030-296-0865 or 055-369-7886 at Sukasa GH on all social media platforms. Email info@sukasa.com.gh. The Sukasa experience is also bringing on board a bunch of other property developers, which means patrons get a variety of options to buy from. This is powered by Government of Ghana, Beyond the Return Secretariat, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Works and Housing, Diaspora Affairs, the Office of the President, British High Commission, and the UK Chamber of Commerce. Sukasa, building on trust.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Back You're welcome back. Let's now do some other stories. Now, the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Frimpong, says all 10 candidates of the presidential primaries have accepted the National Council's decision not to centralize the special delegate conference. 9 out of 10 candidates jointly petitioned the party, requesting that the election be held at a central location to avoid potential voter intimidation that could arise from a decentralized poll. However, after intensive discussions, the National Council dismissed the petition. In an interview with Citi News, Justin Frimpong stated that the decision was made through consultation and has been acknowledged and accepted by all candidates involved.
From yesterday deliberations and even after yesterday meeting, you could see the clear manifestation of unity among even the petitioners who brought their petition and even those who are even against the petition. And it tells me one thing, that as a political party, we do understand the tenets of democracy, whereby each one is given opportunity to make his or her case, and afterwards is deliberated upon and a decision reached. And everyone who was there accepted the decision of National Council. So it was a very successful meeting, and I know going forward, we all work together in unison to ensure that the Breaking 8 becomes a reality.
Meanwhile, the General Secretary has appealed to the petitioners to trust in the electoral process. He assured them that the Elections Committee under the leadership of Professor Michael Quay will ensure that the upcoming Special Delegate Conference is conducted in a transparent and impartial manner.
The party, through National Council, approved of an Elections Committee which is chaired by our revered Professor Michael Quay, Honorable Sisida Abinadapa, and the rest, to make sure that any concerns that will be raised are addressed, and also to make sure there's a proper coordination between the party and the relevant state institution that will play a role in the Special Delegate College to make sure that everything that has to be put on the table to ensure a successful elections are done. And I can confidently say that the team and the committee that we have in place, we would definitely have a credible election. And the fears from some quarters, some aspirants and their supporters is something that they should not worry about, because at the end of the day, the party is now interested to make sure that we have a credible election so that it will become easy for us to do reconciliation and prepare for the battle ahead in 2024.
Justin Frimpong is the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Still on the NPP, the campaign team of Alan Tremantin says they are disappointed in the decision, but accept same. In an interview with Citi News, spokesperson for the campaign, Walewale Samoa, however, urged the Elections Committee to address all their concerns before the election.
We are disappointed but accepting of the decision, because it's come from the highest level of the political party, of which we are a part, and which we serve, and which we seek to lead. And therefore, once the leadership, that second highest decision-making body in the party, decides that is what they want to do, I think we have no option but to accept that that is what will be done. You take a decision, and the next level is implementation of the decision. Our hope, our belief, our expectation is that implementation will be in a way that will resolve any issues to do with credibility of the process, because we believe that, above all, credibility will enhance the party's stature in the public mind, so that whoever is finally selected as flag bearer will benefit from that enhancement. So it's up to how the party implements the decision.
Walewale Samoa is a spokesperson for the campaign team of Alan Tremantin. The campaign team for Dr. Owusu-Friyakoto is, however, urging the party to make room for further deliberation on whether to hold a centralized special delegate conference or not. Dr. Prince Amuzu Sokode is the spokesperson for the campaign team of the former Agriculture Minister.
If it were possible, doing it in one location will keep us tight, so that after such an internal exercise, we don't have too many persons and too many problem to resolve thereafter. Definitely, this is a democratic party, and the conversation is ongoing. We'll continue to have the conversation. Hope that we're able to make some decisions that will make everybody comfortable in this particular contest. No, the arguments have been made, and as I will keep saying, it should have been appropriate and easy for everybody if you can all mobilize into one location and have this done and walk away, than having too many locations. You understand the logistics wise and the financial implication of such an arrangement. So this is a party, this is a democracy. Decisions are made, they are reviewed. We hope that the conversation will continue and we'll be able to make a headway.
Dr. Prince Amuzu Sokode is the spokesperson for the campaign team of Dr. Owusu Ifriye Akutu will still stay with the NPP a while longer because some angry supporters of the ruling New Patriotic Party in the Sagnerigu constituency in the northern region this afternoon vandalized the party's constituency office. The youth alleged that the constituency executives denied them access to pig nomination forms for one Dr. Wahab, adding that the executives want the 2020 candidate Felicia Tete to go unopposed. This angered the youth who vandalized the party's office. Abdallah Majana is one of the supporters, and she's been speaking to Citi News on their concerns.
The last election, there was a lot of problems. Okay, and we are ready to go for another elections. We are choosing the people that will go for the flag bearership or whatever it is. But my problem now, the exact problem I have in our constituency, they want Madam Felicia Teta to go unopposed. And the question is that who have you consulted and you want Madam Felicia Teta to go unopposed? We all belong to the party. One person doesn't make the party. We all make the party. So who did you consult that she has to go unopposed? This is where my grievances comes from. She has come out to pick a form. We are happy she has picked a form. Another person has come out to pick a form. We got there. It has taken us a week to announce to everybody who cares to know or everybody who is supposed to take part. You understand? That we are coming for the form. And this morning when we got up and got to the party office at Chishao, we got there and the party office was locked. Probably, as human beings, as a Ghanaian, sometimes we don't obey time. So we called them. They were late. We just took it that they were late. So we called them. Oh, we are there already. And they said they were coming. We were there for about 2 hours. We sat there for 2 good hours. They never came. Later on, we called Sheikh Abdul Karim, and he told us that he is busy. We should reschedule it for another day. And which we also left whatever we were doing and came. We left whatever we were doing and we came there to do whatever we want to do or to pick the form. That we tried to explain to him. He said, I will not come. And I asked myself this question. Is this the MPP party we used to know? Is this the MPP party we used to know? No. This is not the MPP party we used to know. Because if we are exercising democracy, this is not democracy. And if we want to talk about qualification, Dr. Wab, or the man that came out to pick the form, is more qualified than Chief Felicia. So what is the difference? You are selling something. I have my money. You have your money. We all want to buy. You tell me that you will not sell from. As in how?
Abdallah Majana is an MPP supporter in the Sagnerigu constituency of the northern region.
Let's speak to Ridwan Abdul Rahman. He's a Sagnerigu constituency secretary of the New Patriotic Party in the northern region. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much.
Confirm to us, first of all, the vandalism on your party office and the extent of vandalism.
Okay, well, thank you very much and good evening to your cherished listeners. Actually, the party office has been vandalized by unknown, let me put it that way, unknown supporters of an aspirant who is a person of Dr. Wahab. First of all, when we cast our minds back, on the July 5th, 2023, the NEC came out with the modalities as what to do for the orphan constituencies. With regards to nominations, the nomination will be open 11th July and closed on the 10th. I travel out of the country. I returned on the 13th. I got to Ghana on the 14th. So this morning I had two guys came to my house, led by Abu Latif. We call him Abu Latif. He's not coming from this constituency. He contested in Tamil North and lost. This Abu Latif came to my house with a certain guy called Issa Dabuashi. Then they told me that we want to pick a form. Then I said, okay, for who? Then they said, Dr. Wahab. Then I told them, okay, I'm yet to resume officially, but my assistant and election officer, they are in charge. So what time are you to pick the nomination form? They said 10. Quickly, then I added that as you can see, I'm going to join the constituency executive. We are going to Inyabuchena Pali. From there, we are going to Chana Pali. So I was there in Chana Pali when I had a call from this guy, Abu Latif, who is coming from Tamil North, telling me that they are at the party office and no one is there. The party is being locked. Then I told them that currently the entire executive are currently at Yabkawu Napali. So if you could wait, like if you don't have the time, you can proceed to the regional office and pick the nomination form. So after a Juma from there, I didn't hear anything from them. From the chief palace, I went, it was due for Juma prayers. I went for prayers. I was at the place and then the calls were coming in. So after the prayers, I returned. Then they said, come and see your office. They have vandalized the office. And I said, what? Who? Those who came to pick the form. And I said, no, it can't be possible. There are modalities that the NEC has given. If you don't have access, if someone is denying you stuff, what they are saying, they can still go to the regional and pick the form. Granted, if you go to regional and then they deny you, you can still go to the online or go to the head office and pick the form. Picking a form doesn't warrant you to destroy the party property. The office is newly built. They are still finishing the office. They went and destroyed everything. So, actually, I doubt their support for the party. If really and truly they are saying that they are supporters of the party, they will not go to that extent because they have not even laid their grievance to the Council of Elders, talkless of all the constituency executives. But they are having the mindset that someone is going unopposed. Granted that the constituency executive wants somebody to go unopposed. The person who is contesting, when was the last time has he stepped into the constituency? When was the last time? From 2020 election, even before 2020 election, when was the last time has he stepped into the constituency? So they actually, honestly, they have vandalized the place. They have destroyed the chairs. My official desk has been capsized, and then they have broken the tables and then my official chair. This is what I can confirm for you.
Interesting. So you were ready and willing to sell the forms to them. That's what you're saying. You were just not physically present.
Absolutely. To deny them for what? The party has given a guideline. And all of them, they know the principle, the kind of person they have chosen as their secretary. I will not bend rules. At the end of the day, it's the same MPP that way. Nobody loses. It's internal primary. But I don't know their motive.
But is there an attempt by the party to impose Felicia on the constituency?
Please, my brother, Since Felicia lost in 2020 election, Felicia has never abandoned the constituency. I'm repeating again. Felicia works as visible on the ground. Felicia has fixed people pipes. Felicia has dug boreholes. Felicia has supported farmers. So the constituency, the delegates, they themselves know. Felicia has supported an individual and then the whole constituency. Then the person that they are even saying that they are going to take the phone for, I was his campaign manager and supporter during the 2019 election. They should find out from him when was the last time we even chat or pick a phone and call me until I've become the constituency secretary. I can't deny anyone. The party doesn't belong to Ridwan. It belongs to everybody who is interested to join. And then the constituency is an open constituency. We need people. So it's not like the sitting MP whereby we are protecting his interest. No. Anybody that comes to the constituency will know. If you contest with a woman, she will floor you. She never abandoned the constituency. She never. I just came last week. I was absent when she took her form. I wasn't there. I'm yet to officially take over from my assistant and the election committee. They are yet to brief me this evening. But for all you know, I even told the Latif guy that this evening we will be convening a meeting. Then officially they will hand over to me again. So I don't know their motive. I don't know whether they are actually MPP people. But I know that they are coming to pick a form for an MPP member. So I don't know what is going on.
Now, the sense I'm getting from you, even though you haven't said it, is that you support Felicia's contest because she did not abandon the constituency. But Ridwan has been an absentee. Not Ridwan. The gentleman who is seeking to pick forms is an absentee member of the party in the constituency. So for you, as a party member, you think that there's nothing wrong with people supporting Felicia against him?
No, I'm not saying that. I said I supported him strongly.
I know, but now he's been absent. So you're just prompting him that he's absent, but you don't mind selling forms to him.
Yes, I don't mind. He can't even. I doubt whether he can even galvanize up to 10%. I doubt.
How did he become so bad all of a sudden? Someone you were supporting cannot not even get 10% of the vote. What happened? What went wrong for him?
I don't know. He visited here by PRO, went to him. So there are certain things that we can't even talk. I don't know whether he abandoned the party or he wasn't even interested to do politics again. He completely vanished. I said I contested an election last year and won. I contested and won as a secretary. I was an ordinary person following him around, doing all manner of things. So I was such a person, and I would deny him. No, I don't know what tomorrow holds. So I can't deny him.
The people who vandalize...
He's even a brother.
The people who vandalize the office, you said they are unknown, which means you cannot even refer anybody to the police.
Because I have requested, they said they have a video. I have requested that they should give me an information to see those people. And officially, I've lodged the complaint. I've officially went to the police and report the case because the office has become a crime scene. As I'm speaking, we are going to have a meeting for the handing over. I've returned.
You are an orphan constituency and you're already having these internal challenges. Are you sure you can take that seat from the NDC?
The seat is a done deal for her. So, let me put it in this way. Sagnerigu, we never won a ballot box. But the last election, we had 44. A difference of around 8,000, less than 10,000. We have 56,000. So if we never win a ballot box, and we went ahead and win, and then the person who won those things is still visible, and then the person shows interest and want to contest again. So we have to put our acts together. But I don't know where this man is coming from. Whether where he has just he decided to join again. But for all you know, they should contact the Council of Elders. Whether he has informed them, he has officially touched ground. I've made calls to find out. In my absence, as Dr. Wab came, the response are negative. It's yet to come. He's in Accra. So if I don't know. They are motivated. Flipping the seat there, we are on course.
And you believe that Felicia Tete is the one who can help you do that?
Absolutely. And nobody is determined. Nobody is saying that nobody should contest him. He should go unopposed. No, it's not democratic. And MPP is a democratic party. MPP is a democratic party. Felicia had 26,434. A percentage of 43. 0 to 43%. And Honorable ABA has 57%. 34,989. So we are serious on the job.
As constituency secretary, you hold the view that Felicia is your best bet. Are you supposed to say that publicly?
I'm not the one saying it.
You just said it.
I said I'm not the one saying it. The ground is saying it.
So you're just speaking for you're just speaking the voice of the constituency.
Yes, the ground is saying. I'm not the one. They can do survey. They can just do survey, and some do. The coordinators were there to pick the form on her behalf. She was also around. Coordinators went around. So it's serious. We are focused to deliver the seat for MPP.
Well, very well. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your view with us. You are going to find a video and then make a determination on whether or not these persons would be found out and arrested. That's what you have said. So thank you. Let's leave it here.
Okay. Thank you.
That's Ridwan Abdul Rahman. He's the constituency secretary of Sagnerigu for the New Patriotic Party, speaking to us there about the vandalism of the party's office by some persons he describes as unknown members of the party. The party members, we are told, had come there to pick forms for someone else who wanted to contest Felicia Tete, and they say that she is being imposed on the constituency. Let's move to some other stories now. And we are told that there was an incident today in Walewale in the northeast region, a very disturbing one. Our correspondent, Mohamed Amin, has been sending some information. It has to do with the robbery or an attack on a bus. The Ghana Police Service had issued a statement in the morning saying that the police is on a manhunt for a group of people who shot into a Kumasi-Boku-bound bus at the outskirts of Walewale this dawn, killing one person and injuring 7 others. The police continue to say the attack is believed to be in connection with the ongoing chieftaincy-related conflict within the enclave. An intelligence operation is currently ongoing to get the perpetrators arrested. Let's hear from one of the passengers, because the video we have is a video of a bus that has a VIP logo or brand on it. It's a huge bus, and it's, well, the video I'm looking at, smoke is bellowing while the bus itself is in flames. And we are told that this happened in front of the Walewale police station. The other information we have is that police people at the scene could not deal with the matter. We are told that the robbers or whoever were the attackers of the bus pursued it all the way to the police station and bent it down. Let's listen to one of the passengers who spoke to a journalist with Eagle FM, one of our partner stations in Walewale, that's Dokorogu.
I was on board one of the buses. There were 3 buses which were affected. I was on board the second bus. And what happened was that suddenly, when it was at 5 a.m., we realized that there were people shooting sporadically from all sources, from all angles. Others were shooting in front, others were shooting from behind. So suddenly, what occurred to us was that we thought that our buses had caught fire. So we wanted to see how we could break through the windows. But unfortunately, we realized that, look, there were pellets coming through the windows. So we had to lie down. Then we lay there, and when things normalized and we wanted to come out, one woman, an elderly woman, in fact, she happened to be the driver, the mother of one of the drivers. She was just shot under the jaw, and the woman collapsed there and there. She died, and then the police had to come for her body. So many people were affected. In fact, I cannot number the number of people who were affected. Little children were affected, so many women, some of the drivers, one driver in particular, one of the bullets came across his chin, the head. Then there were some other women, they were also shot. But in their case, we can say that it wasn't that fatal. But the one who was shot under the jaw, she died there and then. Please, I would like to use this opportunity to appeal to the authorities that they should step up their security. Other than that, we are not safe, especially those of us plying this route to and from the north to the south. So I would like to plead with all those who matter to sit up, because this one, we don't suspect, we don't think it is an armed robbery attack, because armed robbers will never mount an attack in the heart of a city like this, especially when it was 5 a.m., just a few meters from the police station. So please, all those who matter and all those who have the right, who can act, I would like to humbly appeal to them to rise up to the occasion.
So you heard a passenger who was on board the VIP bus this morning that got attacked in Walewale, speaking to a journalist with Walewale-based Eagle FM, Alasan Dokorogu, who did that interview for us. Now, in Kumasi, the drivers are reacting. The drivers of Kumasi Boko Bus Terminal say they have suspended their services in protest of a dawn attack on one of the buses belonging to the station at Walewale in the northeast region. The drivers say such attacks continue to threaten their livelihood, and many live in fear when transporting passengers to Boko and other parts of the north. One of the chairpersons at the bus terminal, Anasara George Akolgu, says the incident has left drivers devastated.
What happened in Walewale this morning? All of us were very shocked, because what is happening, we don't understand why it's happening that way. Because we have loaded our bus yesterday evening to Boku, and the bus got to Walewale, and guys attacked the bus in Walewale. And even the police went and intervened, and they sent the bus to the police station. Still, they followed the bus to the police station and burned the bus into ashes, which we don't understand. What is happening in Walewale, we want to ask the government and the RGP, is it that Boku we are fighting, or we are fighting in Walewale? And why is it that anytime there's a problem in Boku, the Walewale people will start misbehaving with our people? And what kind of intimidation are they doing to whip those people from the Boku? Because of that, we have suspended the buses loading in Kumasi, from Kumasi to Boku. We have suspended until further notice. We want the government and the RGP should step in and solve it amicably for us, because what is happening currently is an intimidation. Most of the drivers, they are panicked, because if they are shooting, yesterday they shoot so many buses. Even one Bolga bus, OA bus, they even shot it, because they heard that some Kusasi guys are there going home to Boku. So they are now going around station to station, tracking the buses, tracking people that are to board those buses, and then give information that this person is in this bus. So you people should attack the bus on the way and kill him. Is that possible? I'm in my own country, and I can't live comfortably. And I want to know whether Boku is part of Ghana or Boku is a Burkina Faso or Togo.
Where is the driver now?
Currently, they shot the mate. The mate is currently at the hospital. They even traced the mate to the hospital to even kill him. And the doctors protected him and hid him. And the driver and one of his friends were also detained at the police station. And they still chase them inside the police station to kill them. And currently, I think soldiers have come in to take the driver to Bolga, and he's proceeding to home to Boku.
So for how long will you be doing this? Will you be protesting? Will you be suspending your services?
We will start from today up to Monday. We want to hear good news from the government and the RGP. So if we didn't hear any good news, then we break loading, or then we also block from the red Volta. No car should also cross to Boku territory. Whether it's a trailer, any truck at all, whether bus, trailer, any passenger car, we will also block from the red Volta. As I'm talking now, currently, I'm not the only, it's not only Kusasi people that are here. We have different categories of tribes that are here. And everybody is loading to his hometown because of the conflict. Everything has scattered. So we are going to break the buses loading all stations in Kumasi here until further notice. When the RGP come inside and solve it, then we go, because we might get escort, soldiers escort and police escort, because the police have, when they got to the police station, they went there and shot guns carelessly and burned the buses in front of police station. Does the law permit that? So because of that, we are here to tell the government and the RGP to intervene. If not, it's getting worse.
So you had a driver at the Kumasi station of the Kumasi Boku Transport Terminal. His name is Anasara George Akulugo. He's a chairperson at the Kumasi Boku Bus Terminal in Kumasi. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We're coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Up next, Nashika Caesar will be bringing us the latest in the world of business. And then on Point Blank, we'll be back. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Hello, Auntie Araba. Hey, Bugger, how are you doing today? I want to buy Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, but I don't have enough money. So what are you going to do? Can you give me the big size? You know, as for me, I'll pay the balance later.
Today, no credit. I haven't sold much this morning. If you don't have enough money for the big size, why don't you try the 120-gram pack?
There's a 120-gram pack? Introducing the new Pepsodent Cavity Fighter in 120-gram pack size. More affordable and convenient. Get yours today from any supermarket near you. Every smile matters. This advert is FDA approved.
You know, Papa see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa!
Bobo, so how's your engine now?
It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Cause and you. Can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that.
Yes, so
somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched.
Sancho Panza. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz?
No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer.
Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design?
It's superb.
Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency.
Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry.
Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. City Business News. Be informed.
Time now for City Business News on Eyewitness News, powered by citybusinessnews.com. My name is Nashika Caesar. Let's settle for the details. A task analyst, Francis Timorboy, has lauded the move by the government to impose a 21% VAT on all advertisement on social media platform Facebook. This newly introduced charge takes effect from August 1, 2023 and applies to both business and personal advertisements. It is coming at a time when the government is targeting the taxation of e-commerce and digital platforms as part of its revenue mobilization agenda. By this, all advertisers will be levied 2.5% NHIL, 2.5% GET Fund, 1% COVID-19 levy, plus the original 15% VAT. Reacting to the development, the task analyst said it was a right call as it will help the government to rake in the needed revenue.
So this one is for the foreigners who are not paying their VAT, but they are rendering services in Ghana. So you already are in the net already. We are not concerned about you. But if somebody who is rendering the service, Facebook is rendering the advertising service, and they are not paying VAT today, we are saying that your services are similar to those who are already Shika rendering advertising online platform here in Ghana. Shika is paying. Why is Facebook not paying? Meanwhile, all of them are advertising in Ghana. So the focus is on people who are not paying now. Now we want to bring them in for them to come and, charge their VAT. And for me, it's a very good move to rake in more revenue for government and also to correct the inequities that we have in the system. And, because of digitization, they are doing everything seamlessly. They are doing it just like a local person established in Ghana is doing. So if we are all doing the same thing, and because you are not located in Ghana, we are not forcing you to charge VAT on your customers, while your sister person is being forced to charge VAT on their customers, then we should find a way of balancing the equation. So right now we are saying that if you're a foreigner and you don't charge, we have systems to prevent you from accessing the Ghana market. So either charge your customers or don't enter the market at all.
That was a task analyst, Francis Timor Boy. Now, away from that, only 1% of Ghanaian population is reported to have been insured, a situation that industry players have described as worrying. This figure represents the total contribution of insurance to the gross domestic product of the country. In a Citi News interview, the Chief Executive Officer of the Insurers Association of Ghana, Kingsley Kwesi Kwabasin, says this low figure can be largely attributed to the wrong perception about insurance.
When we talk of the 1%, we must make a distinction between insurance penetration and density. Insurance penetration talks about the contribution of insurance to the gross domestic product or the GDP. And so if we say 1%, it means that's the contribution in terms of the quantum or the money that insurance is contributing to the gross domestic product. But when we talk of coverage or what we call the density, then we are looking at collectively, and when I say collectively, I mean we're looking at the retail end, as well as pensions and then health insurance. If you take them together, it will be in excess of 30%. That's the number of people who have actually taken the policy. The challenge is that, one, the figures are low, obviously, and the biggest issue we have is the issue of perception, because on daily basis, insurance pay over 4.5 million Ghana cedis in terms of claims. And, insurance, the big issue is payment of claims. That's the business of insurance. And so from that perspective, insurers are doing the little that they can. But unfortunately, we've not been able to address the issue of the perception. And that is
Kingsley Kwesi Kwabasin further indicated that the Insurance Association of Ghana is working assiduously to change the narrative.
So the first thing that we have to do is to improve on education for people to understand what insurance is and the benefits that they stand to gain if they take insurance. And that is the essence of us engaging in the insurance fair and generally having the insurance band with the objective of ensuring that people really understand and appreciate what insurance can do for them. It's largely because they might not have been well educated about the benefits that you stand to gain if you take insurance. But I think one of the things that we have not done, which we are trying to do now, is look at the informal sector. The Ghana Labour Force survey reports, we realize that we have between 70 to 80% of our workforce in the informal sector. And that is where we have to target more and also come out with informal approaches that would help us be able to take advantage of that number of people that we have in the workforce and then design appropriate mechanisms that will help us penetrate that sector.
That was the Chief Executive Officer of the Insurers Association of Ghana, Kingsley Kwesi Kwabasin. To some other stories, the Republic of Korea says it will continue to offer financial support to the government of Ghana in the face of the country's economic crisis. It said despite the withdrawal of Korea's concessional loan to aid Ghana due to the country's program with International Monetary Fund, the Korean government has resorted to increased grants to assist the government in dealing with its challenges. Speaking to Citi Business News on the sidelines of a seminar themed Leveraging Korea's Socio-Economic Growth for Sustainable Development in Ghana, Korea's ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency Lim Jun-taek, said Ghana remains one of Korea's strategic partners in socio-economic development.
It's unfortunate, the Ghana receive the IMF program. Under this situation, actually my government is providing, grant aid and the concessional loan aid. But during the IMF period, we cannot provide the concessional loan aid. So in the situation, my government trying to increase our volume of grant ODA to Ghana. So grant ODA, the UN government don't need to repay, so it's kind of a free money. So this year we increased the grant ODA by more than 60%. So Ghana is designated as a priority partner country of Korea in terms of development cooperation. So Ghana is a very important country for the government. So that's the reason why my government decided to increase the volume of the ODA grant to Ghana this year.
You heard Korea's ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency Lim Jun-taek, speaking there. Now, stakeholders in the extractive sector have urged the government not to allow geopolitics to influence the commercialization of lithium in the country. According to them, keeping a good diplomatic balance with investors for the mineral resource will ensure Ghana's survival, especially now that the country is making an attempt to recover from its economic crisis. Nana Amoisi VII is the executive director of the Institute for Energy Security, and he's been speaking to Citi Business News on the issue.
Because of the critical nature of lithium for the global community, there is bound to be geopolitical tension around it. In oil and gas, we've seen those geopolitical tension because everybody will be scrambling for demand of these very critical, minerals. So here today in Ghana, yes, we have one company called Atlantic Lithium, almost going into the detailed feasibility study. It's not a Ghanaian company. It's serving an interest of another country. But then how do we serve our own interests? Very, very important. And so we must ensure that the supply chain, which is changing, the lithium supply chain is changing because this is the new area. Ghana and Africa is a new area. So people will begin to scramble for it. How do we ensure that we protect our own domain and we ensure we get the best out of it?
Executive Director of the Institute of Energy Security, Nana Amoisi VII. Now, as part of plans to mitigate the impact of climate change on cash flows of businesses, accounting professionals have been encouraged to prioritize sustainability tools in ensuring a green economy. This, the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, ACCA, and its affiliate Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana, ICAG, believe will inspire investor confidence and bolster economic resilience. Senat Dake is the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana, and she made these comments at the ACCA-ICAG Sustainability Forum in Accra.
As the world grapples with the pressing challenges posed by climate change, we as chartered accountants have a crucial role to play in guiding businesses and stakeholders. ICA Ghana is conscious of the need for Ghana to have a green economy as a country. We cannot ignore the fact that climate change will impact cash flows, access to finance, cost of capital over various time frames. We must face these challenges head-on, leveraging our expertise to disclose pertinent information and enabling our stakeholders to make informed decisions. We are emphatically declaring three things. 1, Ghana deserves more foreign direct investments and grants to meet its sustainability development agenda. 2, business leaders and stewards of both public and private investments must develop positive attitudes to our environment and to financial management systems to increase the wealth from sustainable business.
You heard the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, Sena Dake. On his part, the director of the Association of Certified Chartered Accountants Africa, Jamil Ampoma, also admonished the small and medium enterprises to leverage on the benefits of the green economy to advance their businesses.
Point for me around government as well is to ensure that government also plays its role in ensuring that even government accounting, reporting, when that time comes, is also able to, reflect, sustainable reporting. And I believe that is going to happen once the standards come through. There are already interactions with, if you like, the Registrar General, with other organizations, stock exchange, other regulatory organizations. So I feel that the government machinery is joined up in sort of driving this forward. When it comes to the small and medium sized organizations, it is important to think about sustainability reporting as giving the sort of the more holistic picture of how the organization is performing. So I believe that there is an advantage in sustainability reporting, whether you're a small, large, or medium organization.
That was the director of the Association of Certified Chartered Accountants Africa, Jamil Ampoma. And that's it for City Business News on Eyewitness News. It was powered by your most comprehensive business news website, citybusinessnews.com. My name is Nashika Caesar. Up next is Point Blank.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This is a bank, First Atlantic Bank, a shining purple star to brighten up my day. First Atlantic Bank, professionally different services all day long. First Atlantic Bank, and it feels so cool. I know this is where I belong. Oh, come on, everybody, this is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank, follow me, let's go now, let's go. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank.
First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different.
You Papa see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa!
Bobo, so how your engine now?
It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Cause and you. Can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Tell you guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that. Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panza. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman. Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Discussions on the education sector. Last night we had Angel Carbonu, who is president of NAGRAT, where he made a case that the GES should reinstate the the headmistress of WAS, West African Senior High School. Tonight, we're going to hear from the Ghana National Association of Teachers, Ghana's oldest teacher union. NAT is also saying reinstate her, but has gone ahead to catalogue a number of other persons who have also suffered similar fates. Thomas Musa is General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT. Mr. Musa, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you. Good evening to your good self, my brother Imoro, and all your listeners.
Good evening to you too. I noticed from your statement that you list a number of teachers who have been affected. For purpose of our audience who may not have seen your statement, which other teachers or head teachers have been interdicted over the last few months that you have decided to catalogue as a source of worry?
Yes, I think we were all in this country, and then Tamale Secondary School, in the name of, they say the headmaster kept students in, excuse me, with all apology, in toilets, and it turned out to be false. Went to Fiji. The parents came out to deny that they actually asked the head to do that in order to get things done, and it went to, there are other institutions, other heads have suffered things, and today we are talking about West Africa.
I see.
What happened at Fiji? The same will be the issue that will come out of West Africa, because we have done our own search, and it points to the fact that the parents really had a hand in it for the thing to be done. Okay. And always you will have Ghana Education Service running ahead of issues without taking their time to investigate.
I noticed your statement says Tema Senior High School, which is my alma mater. I was a bit concerned, but I think you mean Tamale Senior High School, not Tema Senior High School.
Yeah. I think that could be anything. Yeah.
So it's an error in there. Okay, great. Because I was a bit concerned because I know my headmaster is still at post. Anyway, so your concern is that what has been raised as allegation against the headmistress of WAS is not accurate or will end up not being accurate. Which one is your position?
Certainly. Because we've done our own investigation, and it happened at Fiji. The same thing would be the outcome of this particular case. And you know something? In any case, you have a staff that you are working with. Does it mean that if something, the way you are working at Citi FM, assuming any staff, engages or a staff has done something wrong, will you come on your morning show, will you come and announce it that this particular person has done ABC? Is it the only Ghana Education Service that we normally go through these normal disciplinary procedures? Why is it that in all these instances, the Ministry of the Ghana Education Service will run into the public domain, come and announce this particular thing? You subject the people to emotional trauma. They go through all kinds of challenges, psychological depression and all that. Yeah. Then at the end of the day, you come out to clear them that they have not done anything wrong. Then by that time, look, their image at church, their image in the mosque, their image in society, their image in even among their own family members, in their own household, they would have been disgraced. And then by the time you come back to there is you cannot repair the kind of damage you've caused to these people, because most of them are heading towards 50 years. Look, let me give you an example. You saw what happened at Binduri, SHS. Yes. This is a situation that most of the heads are preventing. And I want to commend the Daily Graphic that today they really carried it as the editorial item, and they really spoke about it. These are the issues that the heads are preventing. And in the course of doing that, when the thing happened at Binduri, the MP there went and donated certain amounts of bags of rice. Why didn't they discipline the head for that kind of donation? Yeah? Why was that not done?
Okay, so
so these are the situations that the heads are preventing. Okay, and if we will not thank the heads, don't let us destroy them. And in the coming days, we have told our members that they should stop financing. If you go to school and there is no food, write to the regional director. Let the regional director bring them food. That is all. Whatever happens in the school, let the regional director be responsible. They should save themselves from this kind of embarrassment and attacks on almost every trivial issue. Yeah.
Okay, my attention has just been drawn to the school in Tamale. It's rather Ghana Senior High School, not Tamale Senior High School. So just for the the record. Okay. Now in proceeding, is it your difficulty that the information is publicized or that the action has been taken?
I say that one. Look, when we say interdiction, you have interdiction. It is not something that you use ordinary. You will say that somebody has collected 50 Ghana fees, whatever it is. This is something easy for you to check. But on almost all the cases that I have mentioned to you, my brother in Moro, you ask them to, you interdict them. Then you ask them to step aside. And you ask the regional director to go and take over the school. Okay? You ask the regional director to go and take. Is that the way to go? These are not serious matters. And for us, these are not serious matters.
But if GES has said to you that don't collect money from students because we are running a free SHS program, and we don't want it to be said that even though we are running free senior high school, we are still collecting money from parents, you, the teacher, should have no business collecting money. That is clear. Anyone who does that has flouted the law, no?
My brother Imoru, let us get something clear. Is there any law that says that the parents also cannot come together to levy themselves? Let somebody tell us. Is there any law in Ghana that says that the PTA of a school, whether PSEC, Temasco, they cannot come together to levy themselves? Then the rights that was donated to Pinduru should be returned to the owner. It should be returned to the owner.
But you see, the GES perhaps is afraid of abuse of the system where a headmaster would engage in a capricious manner where they will be collecting.
That is a different thing altogether.
Musa, the name is Umaru.
Umaru.
Yes, Umaru.
Umaru. It's a different thing altogether. You asked me a specific question as to whether GES France on that, and I say yes. And I'm also asking that, is there any law in Ghana saying that parents cannot donate? Is there any law in Ghana saying that old boys cannot donate to their school?
Yeah, but if it's done at the PTA level, that is fine. If the parents decide to the parents' council, but if so the point GS makes, and we are told, is that do not ask for money specifically, and the indication is that these persons have been collecting money from the students, and that's wrong.
Where is the evidence?
Is that not why they interdicted her?
That is what I'm explaining. This is not an issue. Look, this case, you can easily get it done without interdicting anybody. You are saying that somebody, I gave you several examples. Then in all cases, GES is always using interdiction. Always using interdiction. And by the time you get the people cleared, you don't even have an apology to say, you don't even have the courage to come and apologize to them. Even if you apologize, the harm would have already been done. And you've told the Ghana Education Service, not only you carrying out some of those things, if you want to investigate, fine, but you don't go into the public domain with these things. You don't go into public domain with these things. You end up embarrassing the person, step aside, hand over to this particular person. You are interdicted until the case is cleared and all that. The same thing happened to the examples I've given you there, the Tamale case. Then we have the Fijai case, among others. All these things happened recently. As teachers and
teacher unions, have you had discussions with GES on your difficulties that you have just been explaining there to me, and what has been the response?
We raise them up. We'll be having a meeting soon, and we'll be raising them again. Let me tell you something. We are even shocked. We are even shocked that when this thing happened, it is not even the GES that is talking. It's rather the ministry that is talking. It's rather the Ministry of Education that is talking. Meanwhile, the letter was written by the Ghana Education Service. What business has the ministry in this matter?
Is that not the supervising ministry? So that should be fine.
They don't have business. They didn't write the letter. They have no business talking in this matter. They have no locus in this matter. GES is not the Ministry of Education is not the employer. They have no business in this matter. They have no business. The person who wrote the letter should have responded to the issues, unless they want to tell us that they instructed GES to do that. Then they should tell us that, and we shall take them on square.
Very well. Thank you. We keep an eye on that. Thank you for speaking to us.
God bless you.
God bless you too. That's Thomas Musa. He's General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT. Well, that would be it for Eyewitness News tonight. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. I did this with Nashika Caesar. Production by Beverly London and Sami Wiafe. Technical support from Daniel Squashi. New media support from Edwin Kwakofi. Eyewitness News returns on Monday at 17:30 GMT. If you want more current affairs, do tune into Citi Newsroom at 8 p.m. on Citi TV. And the big issue tomorrow at 9 a.m. on Citi TV and Citi FM with Selom Koku Adonu. Selom Adonu. Up next, Benjamin Nketia and the City Sports Team. Ghana's stronger popular sports team. The most popular, stronger. To do sports panorama. Where they are coming to discuss Onana. The Onana of Manchester United. My Manchester United. Yes, that's what they're coming to talk about and other issues. Please stay tuned in and have a good night.